Welcome, Math 115 group. I thought you might like to have a little bit of information before the semester starts on how we will use Canvas this semester. So this is our home page in Canvas, and at the top of the page you will find our recent announcements. The most recent 3 announcements for our course will be up in here, and you do want to keep an eye on those. I put information that's important for us in there. If you scroll down from there, right now there's a welcome message about when the semester starts and some things that you can do to get started. Scrolling down from there, I give you an idea that we should head toward the modules area where we can find Unit 0, which has the syllabus and the schedule and some prerequisite work from your past. And once you have Unit 0 tackled, you can head toward Unit 1, which is our content for the course. It's the beginning of the semester. If you are in a class that meets via Zoom on Tuesdays, from 1 to 2:55 p.m. Here is your Zoom link to join class. If you'd like to come join me for student hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8:20 to 9:20 a.m., here's a Zoom link for that. Those hours might change by the time the semester starts, so be on the lookout for that once September hits. Actually, once the semester starts on September 6th. If you are in the class that meets in Anna Whitten Hall, then you don't need to worry about a Zoom time for Tuesdays. As we scroll down, these lower portions of the homepage will stay the same all semester long. I leave you a link for the Math Center. I give you an idea of how to reach me if you need to. Email is the best way to reach me through my KBCC account. If there is an emergency and you want to get a hold of me, I leave you a number where you can text me in the event of an emergency. And toward the bottom, I leave you a link to school and life resources. I'm very big on the resources available to you through the community and through KBCC. So that's how our homepage will look most of the semester. As we move into new units, like once we get to Unit 2, I change up this top image a little bit and give you a different welcome and let you know more about what we're heading into in the next unit. In the modules area, you can find all of the work that we need and some resources as well. So again, resources here at the top of the page. Unit 0 that I've already mentioned, you can find your corresponding syllabus depending on which section you're in. Right now it looks like only one of them is a hyperlink, and they should both be, so I'll go fix that later. Here's our schedule for the semester, and it's a tentative schedule. There can be things that cause us to be off track a little bit, and that can be all right. We will use Desmos this semester, so there's a spot here where you can get your account ready. Be ready for class with that. And some exploration, some work to do. So first, there's a foundations exploration, and that means thinking about problems that you've probably seen in previous classes. I'd just like to get a feel for where you're at in your mathematical journey. I have a syllabus exploration where you would read the syllabus, check out Canvas, and then answer some questions there, trying to hit the high spots of the syllabus. And then this one, getting used to quizzes in Canvas. Quizzes in Canvas, they can be a little bit sticky, so I want you to have a place to practice with the different styles of questions and also working with file uploads, uploading your work. So all of that is in Unit 0. So Unit 0, and it says complete all these items. I already have little green check marks in here for these things being completed. Once they are completed, then you can get to Unit 1, where we actually start the coursework. Every time we have a new unit, there will be a list of goals and tutorials. And if you click on here, you will get this for Unit 1. So the goals are in the left column, and the tutorials or playlists are in the right-hand column. So if you know that you are having some difficulty with predicting the next term of a sequence, you might want to try this inductive reasoning tutorial. We won't do a ton of lecture in class. It'll be a lot of practicing and applying, so you want to keep an eye on the tutorials. I highly recommend that you look through each of them and try the problems, take notes, bring any questions that you have to class. Some of these are made by me, and some of them are made by Math is Power for You, and I think all of them are pretty good, but if you need something else, let me know. So that would be goals and tutorials and playlists. That'll always be our top thing. I leave you some extra practice in Desmos. Practice is how we get good at stuff, so you'll want to work on that. And then there are some Unit 1 explorations. The explorations come with a due date on them, and I call those target due dates. And they are not always on the same day of the week. So it's not like everything will be due on Fridays, for example. They can be due at various times throughout the unit. I really do want you working on mathematics a little bit each day. That's how we get good at mathematics, rather than working on mathematics one day each week and hoping for the best. So these are marked as September 8th. We'd like to have those done by then. And then in Unit 1, I have a due date here of September 15th and one of September 21st. And September 21st is really the last moment that you can get explorations submitted for full credit prior to the quiz. Our quiz is going to open up on the 22nd, and it'll be available on the 22nd and the 23rd. And so all explorations need to be done before that time. Let me scroll down so we can see the quiz. So the quiz says it's due on September 23rd, but it'll be open on the 22nd and the 23rd. And that means all of the Unit 1 and Unit 0 items need to be done by the 21st, the end of the 21st. I skipped over the portfolio progress. We're going to work on a portfolio of applications and coursework this semester. And our first item is here. It doesn't have a due date yet, but it probably will by September. Okay, and we'll talk about that more in class. And then I've kind of already mentioned the quizzes. Okay, so in our class, we'll have practice, explorations, portfolio work, and quizzes. And this is how each of our units will be set up. So this format for Unit 1, this order for things, this is how each of our units will be set up. When the semester starts, you're probably only going to be able to see Units 0 and 1 rather than seeing all Units 0 through 6 so that we're not overwhelmed. Let's just get a nice smooth start to things. So that's what happens in the modules area. The grades, if you want to check out your grades, I have things set up so you can see a test student, some generic student out there. So this student has already completed 1, 2, 3 explorations. This top one where you can see the little rocket ship, it means that I have not done the graded portion that I need to do yet. So this person would be waiting for a grade at that stage. This little cartoon bubble over to the right in the foundations exploration, it has a little blue dot. So this means two things. The cartoon bubble means that we have some comments available from me, and the little blue dot means that the student hasn't looked at it yet. So if I click here, pretending to be the student, I get the feedback. And the feedback reads, "Oh, hello, it appears there are some questions that you did not attempt yet. Please give this assignment another try and let me know if you have any questions for me, okay? I'm here to help." So if you see little comments up to the side like this, you want to go check those out. Sometimes I have a question for you, like, "Hey, what happened on number 15? Could you let me know so I can try to help?" Or it might just be the feedback of, "I am so glad to see that you are keeping up this week. I know last week was rough for you, and I'm glad to see this week is better." Things of that nature. If anything ever looks suspicious in the gradebook, like you not understanding the scoring system, or something looks like it was misentered, like maybe I entered 0.35 instead of 3.5, please just let me know. I want to get those things fixed as quickly as possible. So that takes care of how the grades will look. Announcements. If you wanted to see the entire list of announcements for the whole semester for our class, you could click there. Right now there's just one, but we will have frequent announcements in there. So for Math 115, I think you need to be in charge of our homepage when you come into Canvas. And it does have the announcements on the top, like I mentioned. The modules area is where you can go to access work to do. And you can close these little windows as you need to. You can shrink those up so you can be on the one that you're currently on. The grades, keep an eyeball on the gradebook, and then keep an eye on announcements. And that is essentially how we will use Canvas this semester. Each of your instructors will probably use Canvas a little bit differently, so it'll take a little bit of time for us all to get used to each other. Especially in the beginning, if you have any questions at all, please just reach out. I'm happy to help. All right, I'm looking forward to working with you soon. Have a great few remaining weeks of your summer.